Go ahead, Doc. Tell me what you're going to say about the filming.
Um, what I was going to say is, it's acceptable for you to film me. I wish that you had told me that you were publishing these films on YouTube. Honestly, I feel like that's something you ought to tell people.
You know, Doctor, I think what I'm telling people on YouTube about how the system is rigged and how there's people in it that go along with the rigged system that don't provide the services is just as meaningful, to people also. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. And I'm the one with the adjustment disorder. If you don't want to see me because it bothers you, like I'll tell you what I tell every public agency: send out a robot or a drone, but the services cannot be disallowed. It then becomes a denial of access and accommodation. So, if my filming you makes you unhappy, then send out a robot or a drone. But please do not put me in the position where I can't film when I'm proving to everybody that this system is rigged, and it's because just because of things like this. People don't want to be filmed. If you're doing your job properly, and everything else. As a matter of fact, this should be like a gold star of approval. You'll get Yelp reviews saying, "Oh, look, the doctor's doing everything right." So, truly, this is my medical care. This is, my supposed adjustment disorder. So, no, I cannot tell you that. And if my filming's going to bother you, and me asking all the right questions, please provide me the dignity of sending a robot or a drone, because that's what I feel like I'm being serviced with right now, is a robot and a drone, not a human being who's listening to everything that I'm telling. Oh, you're hearing it. What does the hearing matter? Has it soaked in? Is there going to be any action on that hearing? Is the correct things going to happen because of it? Or am I just going to get, what I consider more harm and more abuse? Because, without acknowledging the truth, how can you expect me to get well if the truth is what I need so that I can get well and go forward, since nobody can admit to the truth?
Honestly, I don't know what to say to that,
So,
as far as my request goes.
okay, well,
Um,
my request is the same. If you feel bothered by me videotaping and asking the hard questions, please send in a robot or a drone. This is not directed at you.
so,
This is my health care that I've been denied for years.
well, since we don't have a robot or a drone, and we got me, I'm going to continue to provide the medical care that I can.
And I'm going to continue to film and put it on YouTube to show just how much medical care or chicanery or what, the results are going to be after I receive all this medical care, with me asking for the ADA representative, how, Obamacare, how all these things are going to play out, the accountability of DPH, which your part in it's going to be, how all these things are going to play out. I will continue to film to show the system, or, the bad system.
I think I understand that you plan to continue to film everything you can and post it on YouTube.
Right now. You've got to remember, I went to the hospital on Friday, and was told that I couldn't film there. And when I asked them for the law, they said there was a policy, and they threatened to arrest me. Doctor, what are we going to do about that? I mean, come on. I couldn't even go to the hospital to follow up when, it's not illegal for me to film. I know. You can't help me in that area, right?
Well, actually, what I was going to say is I think it's important, actually, that you understand what that policy is, and that it's very clear what the policy is.
Oh, is it also equally important that I understand that the policy is not what the law allows, and that it's in contrary to the law because it's not illegal to videotape?
Now, you've gone beyond what I can say for you.
Because it's the whole truth and not your half-filled glass with policy, which tries to raise itself to laws and to diminish laws down to policies. Excuse me, I've asked you about the law. It's not illegal. So how does the policy help somebody if, they're not doing anything illegal? And it's used against them to get them to, be escorted out by the sheriff, who's the lapdog for the Department of Public Health at San Francisco General. They didn't protect me when I said, hey, I'm allowed to video record. They didn't protect any of my rights. They didn't say, oh, the hospital is wrong. Oh, as a matter of fact, we're going to arrest the hospital, because I took them copies of the video recording from the hospital that I had requested. I said, well, you guys arrested me for video recording? Will you arrest the hospital? I wasn't afforded equal protection.
I'm going to suggest we try and get back to your medical care.
This is my medical care, doctor.
Well,
It's
honestly,
part of my adjustment
I-
disorder.
I-
This is my medical care.
I
To
hear-
feel trust with you, you know? You can't acknowledge these issues that I'm correcting, and I'm supposed to trust you to help me with my medical care. Can you explain that one to me?
And I'm asking you to trust when I say something's beyond what I understand, the law part of this.
Okay, so if I
I'm
explain
not
it to you, then what? Why can it be past you? Aren't you a professionally educated person? I can quote you the law. I can show you the law. Just doesn't rise to the level of caring.
It's not what I want to do to be able to help you today, because I don't.
That's
think
today. Right, all right. I can understand that. I'm talking about today and the future. How are you going to help me in the future if you're not going to be able to help me with my adjustment disorder, which is me being a well-adjusted individual in a very maladjusted society, which you can't answer for? How is that hope? It's false hope.
I'm going to continue to try and help you with your medical.
Thank you. I will go ahead and continue to videotape.